We all know the importance of reviewing information with students, but what's the most effective way to do that? Spaced practice is a brain-based strategy within the science of learning. The idea is that we should review information, but not immediately. Provide a little bit of space between the time when you present information and when it's reviewed. Several reviews should be incorporated into instruction. In other words, presenting information one day and then reviewing it the next and not talking about it again is not going to be the most effective practice. Rather, presenting information, reviewing it the next day, perhaps reviewing it 2 or 3 days later, again a week later, etc., will help students to build those connections within their brain. Within a Be Glad unit, there are multiple opportunities to build in spaced practice. For example, we review our input charts multiple times with students. In using the narrative input chart, for example, we review through word cards, through speech bubbles, sometimes through thought bubbles. We have students fill out a story map based on the narrative. There are lots of opportunities for students to review that information, to go back and to practice with that information. In addition, we utilize poetry as an opportunity for students to hear new concepts, hear vocabulary multiple times throughout the unit. Poetry can be used as an excellent brain break throughout the instructional day. For example, if your Be Glad unit is based on a science topic, that doesn't mean that you can't take a break during math or during social studies, during English language arts, to go to one of those poems, read the poem, sing the song all together, etc., as an opportunity to just take a little break from what you're focusing on at the moment. This also provides the opportunity for spaced practice. They're hearing that information again, but in a different context, at a different time of day. Look for those opportunities where you have an instructional moment, a minute or two. Sometimes those come right before we're getting ready to pack up and leave for the day, or before a transition to lunchtime, or to another content area, for example. All of these are learning opportunities where we can provide students a quick moment to practice information that they've learned over time. Another example of spaced practice is when we build the cooperative strip paragraph. On the first day, you might have students build the paragraph. Then we can come back to it the next day and begin the process of read, respond, revise, and edit. Not all of those steps should be done at the same time. We can share with students that the practices of professional writers include writing and then going back and reviewing what we've written, to revise, to edit. All of these processes are somewhat separate, and providing a little bit of time in between is extremely effective. Let's watch an example of spaced practice through a word card review. What we're going to do is review some of this information that we've been studying throughout our unit. Let's read a couple of the words, and then I'm going to point out some other pieces about what we've been studying throughout the days and weeks that we've been together. So, first off, let's read this one together. Read it with me, please. It says, James Smith. Now, one of the things I want to point out is that what happens when we have somebody's name? What do we need to do when it's a proper noun?
Capitalize.
That's right. What do we do, everyone? Capitalize. Very good. Thank you. Here you go. Now, here is another one, and read it with me. Stop. Very good. Here you go. Thank you. When you hear the word, just come on up, grab a piece of tape, and stick that word either on top of or nearby, okay? Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to be talking about the concepts that we talked about in our Virginia colony pictorial input chart. This is one of the compass points, and this colony was located where, everyone?
Virginia.
Yes, in Virginia, but what part of, which part of the colonies was that? South. Very good.
Put it on top.
Right on top. If it's the same word, we put it on top. Okay, next up. We also talked about some people. And when we were talking about the people that were involved in developing and establishing this colony, we were talking about what, everyone? Important individuals. Now, there were a few people that we talked about. And the first person that we talked about was who, everyone? James Smith. Very good. And what do we notice about the words here? That they are capitalized. Perfect. Excellent. Rather than presenting information and having students practice that information right away, we should also incorporate other practice opportunities over time. Going back to those concepts, going back to those skills, and having students practice them over a period of time will help them integrate that information into their brains more effectively.